On this lovely Tuesday. We only got a couple more days until the end of the month. Oof, wow. Holidays are over. We finally got the buyout that we expected, that we were talking about on that Twitter. Hopefully everybody got a little piece of it. It wasn't a big winner. You know, I mean, let me bring it up here so you guys can look at it. Where are we? Here's Twitter right here. So, I mean, you could look at the long-term chart. We knew about the buyout right around here. You could see it right there. And then all of a sudden from 40, ran to 55. Came back down around 40. I mean, you should have got in somewhere around 45, 46, maybe 47. It wasn't a big winner. But, you know, it was almost like, I hate the word guarantee, but like I told you, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. And when there's fire, there's Elon Musk. Okay? So he basically came out there. And he said he was going to buy it. Let me tell you, I told you this yesterday. Don't tick the guy off. You know, when he said, you know, he's not, you know, he's just like, when you tell somebody they can't buy something, what happens? They want to buy it more. So he went out of his way. He said he's going to do it, and he did it. And I told you this yesterday. You know, you can't look at, and I told you this, you know, when we saw for first time to make it this big run. You are going to see something historical. They're going to talk a lot about it on TV. You're going to learn a lot about it. You're going to understand, you know, how things work and how, you know, the how can I say it? The CEOs and everybody on the board, you know, as much as they don't want to sell the company and won't want to change it, it's not their decision. Okay, remember, it's like politicians. They work for you, right? In the stock market, the CEOs work for the shareholder, okay? So it's different than politics, okay? You can't wait to vote them out. This is different, you know, because they had an offer, somebody wants to buy them, and they have to entertain it, you know what I mean? Or they have to come out of pocket and pay out of their own pocket to pay, hey, listen, somebody wants to buy the company out, you know what? We could run a class action suit. It will cost them so much more money, and they would have to pay what the buyout was and this, that. So they really had no choice. I never heard in my life, have ever seen someone of a CEO say, you know, I'm not selling out. You know, so it was that or a hostile takeover. So basically, they didn't want to deal with that headache. But anyway, I think it was great. It was entertaining. You're hearing a lot about it. Hopefully, you guys learned a lot about it regarding, you know, understanding how corporate America works and the trading business works. And this is why we do what we do. So it was a very, very fun lesson. And I told you this is going to happen. And you're going to see probably, and one of the big things I mentioned yesterday, let me not forget my train of thought. A lot of big corporations are going to learn a lot from this. Remember, I told you about Disney, okay? Disney is the next one it's got a big problem, you know? Disney, we talked about it when they came out and they went up against, you know, you can't do this. They don't get it. But you can't have the CEOs and the board go and start getting political, because look what happened. The stock went from 39. They said, listen, this thing's going to take a hit. And it was a really, really nice, you know, you could have done a nice option trade on that one. I know they have great options on it. So, you know, and listen, it keeps dwindling down little by little, and it's just breaking 52-week lows. And it looks like it could probably go all the way down to somewhere around 20. Another big one I want to bring up is Netflix. Netflix, you know, yesterday was a great short. I mean, look at this thing. Great, great short. You're hearing a lot about Netflix, too. If you will listen to the financial stations, they also, you know, they raised their rates. They went woke, they were saying. They changed their storylines, and just people started getting tired of that. You know, you can't do that. You know, they were great when they had some of these really big, big shows that are not out there anymore. But I don't know, Netflix to me, I mean, I own it. I'm going to cancel it, my subscription. It's not like, I remember Netflix is like, oh, I got the new DVD, the new movies out. You know, it replaced the Blockbuster, this and that. They did great when with COVID, this and that, but now they got a lot of competition. And now they have a different agenda. And you know what? 700 down to 200. That's a disaster. A disaster. It does got, now as a trader, just want to let you know, it's got some support levels. I mean, you got to go back to 2018. I mean, that's unheard of. I said there's some supports right around 200, right around there. So that's where pretty much you pretty much are going to be at, and we're almost there. It actually did hit it yesterday, went down to 204. I actually shorted it yesterday, and it was a fun stock that we did yesterday. So anyway, these are some of the brand name stocks, one of the big name brand stocks that we traded. But let me tell you, there was a lot of the stocks out there that we traded also on top of that. So I'm just bringing these up because they're in the news so much, and I've never seen a company like you hear them in the news maybe once or twice, you know what I mean? But you never ever hear them out, every day like this. This is like, this is like unheard of. But anyway, let's talk about some of the stocks that we did trade yesterday. Did pretty well. Something more on the inexpensive side, which I was a big fan of. I want to start off talking with the RDBX. This stock was a really nice stock, started around 280, ran to about 370. It's got another push right now. It's going back on the watch list, RDBX, okay? That stock, nice little push, nice little trend. Let me see, where's my level 4? See what I got going on over here on level 4. RDBX. Just checking to see where the money is. Remember, it's got to follow the money. The stock had some really good iceberg yesterday. Look, already traded 2.1 million shares this morning. I mean, it's up 10%. All right, I'm still getting a little data. I see a couple of big sellers right around 465. What we got going on over here? Got a big buyer around 420. Not really big orders, but there's a few people out there that are interested. So anyway, the stock trickling, and you could see it's been doing pretty well for the last couple of weeks. So this is how you learn how to be a good swing trader, by understanding what's happening over the day. Stock was $1.90. Stock is literally up almost about over 100% in the last week. Another stock that did pretty well, NKTX. So that one you could see we're from $10 to $18. Another great run up, and not only was it good in the morning move, it was also good in the afternoon. The stock was a $80 stock, took a big hit, finally built some kind of support levels, almost got to that resistance levels around 19 yesterday. It was a little bit on the fast moving side though. We were talking about that. Another one too that was pretty fast, which we know very well, which is the VRU. That one too also moved really nice from 11.30 all the way to $14 and kind of held right there. You could see we've been trading this. If you've been following us, that stock also had a really nice move there also. And as not only as a day trade, but as a swing trade, but it's very volatile stock. All right. And we got a nice bounce yesterday on the CLF. That one took a nice little hit, and then finally, right around 1 o'clock, ran from 26 all the way to 28. Once again, who cares about this? If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, listen, it's all about making money. It's all about following the money, and that's what we focus on. It's not about the technical analysis, the Bollinger Bands, the MACDs, the Fibonacci's, the 200 moving averages. It's all about following orders. Stop focusing on the past, okay? Because it's not always indicative of the future, and the only way you can predict the future is seeing those orders that were in the past are back in the future, and that's using what we teach you here on level 3 and level 4. Now, for some of you in the cyber group room, you were in class yesterday with Josh. He's going to be doing class again tomorrow. Today at 11 o'clock is Traders Talk. So don't forget to miss that. If you're watching YouTube, if you want to join us, just like us and friend us. You're more than welcome to join us whenever you want. But we're here live every morning at 9 a.m. and 2:30. A couple of things I want to talk about also regarding about trading and what's happening. Let's see what's happening moving this morning. Now, listen, forget about the Twitter, do that on your free time, okay? Don't worry about that right now. Let's focus on what's happening moving today. Now, there were a couple of stocks that were making a big move. There's a stock right here, EVOK. Now, I saw this stock early this morning. I didn't want to put it on the watch list, and all of a sudden, she just made a move right now. Look at this. It started around 8:30. It's a 63-cent stock. It already broke to $1.50. It's up 220%. I think it ran out of gas because there's $1.36 resistance levels. What did it trade already? Traded over 21 million shares. It's going to go see what's happening here on level 4 and see who's out there on the orders. Not really a lot of iceberg orders out there. I can see there's a little bit of a ladder effect that was kicking in. It looks like a lot of algorithms are out there. And by the way, regarding getting back to the Twitter thing, you heard what Elon Musk said. He said, I want to find out what the hell is the story with all these algorithms that are going on. And you know what? You're going to probably learn a lot, and he will expose a lot of how that actually works. And listen, if you want to know about algorithms, we've been talking about that for the past, I've been talking about that for the past 20 years, and it's all about following those orders. But you know, here we got a lot of algos kicking in this one. Looks like it's trying to go back up, but I don't know. I'll be a little careful because of the resistance levels of where it's at. A couple other new ones that just popped up. This one had a nice pop and it came right back down. The stock was an IPO not too long ago, went from 50, got destroyed. I will put this on the B list. JZXN. I mean, it is up 42%. It's a cheap little stock. Stock started on 240, came back down. A lot of great volume everywhere. Very unusual, you know, than what it used to trade. We found this one also this morning too. The AVDL. It's got support levels around here for $1.50. Its stock got hammered yesterday, and it came back a little bit. I might even put that on the C list. You forget about this is garbage. GOVX, we traded this back last year. Stock had a really nice push, but it's a cheap little stock, up 21%, million shares. Not bad. You know what? We always have something like this that do make these big moves. Tizu, the company's still in business. Is that was that? Oh, by the way, 190,000 share buyer just showed up on EVOX. Let me just show it to you right there. It's just starting to go up. Let me show it to you there for some of you traders who want to know what we're talking about. Boom, right there. Everybody see that? He just showed up for 186,000 at $1.28. Now stock just ran to $1.32. You gotta follow the money. Follow the money. I mean, there it is. So anyway, that was pretty cool to see. For some of you, never seen that before. All right, a couple other stocks. There's nothing really on the losers list that I saw. No dead cat bounces. You had this one right here on the New York MX, but I'm not really a fan of it because of the trend and you know the volatility on it. We're not going to be trading $195 stock in WHR Whirlpool. Losers, nothing really there. All right. So I think we got, wow, GE's taking a hit, huh? Remember, GE did reverse stock split. It was hovering around the $6-7, and they did a reverse stock split. What happens when they trade too low? It kind of hurts where certain companies can't buy and sell anymore. So that obviously is doing pretty well. Anyway, that buyer, that was pretty cool to see how the EVO. See, the EVOK. I'm just watching a buyer right there, just bidding it up. He just got hit right around 34 cents. Now, anything else that we did not see, they did not call out. It's not a big list, okay? So, but we always find things that do pop up when the market opens up. Let me bring this up for you. Anything else that we didn't bring up? Isn't that the name of the yeah, that's probably it. That was probably it. Any other regarding about the band? Anyone else? Neil made some money on that EVOK. There we go. Let me just share that. There you go, Neil. For some of you that are not part of CTU, that's Neil in our trading room. Just did pretty well on that EVOK. Way to go. Nice. Another thing, like I said, don't forget about Traders Talk today at 11 o'clock. All right, guys, so listen, market's going to open up in about a little less than 15 minutes. Let's get ready to rock and roll. In the meantime, if you watch a YouTube, Facebook Live, we're live every morning here at 9 a.m. at 2:30. Don't miss us. So we trade the morning and the afternoon. We also have the recordings. We want to go back and back test us what we've done. But remember, you just got to know how to play this game of how to trade. It's all about following the money. Traders in the Cybergrowth room, you got class tomorrow. You got Traders Talk today. Most important thing, and I'm also going to be live tonight at 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to be doing a live demonstration on level 3 and level 4 for some people that can't show right after work. You know, we're going to do late night one tonight for the first time in a long, long time. So feel free to come and join us if you want to know more about level 3 and level 4. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading and be safe, and let's get ready for the market open.